Viewers and subscribers, welcome again to the Coach's Desk with Coach Minze. And in studio, we have a fabulous athlete, former St. Diego standout, 2019 Pan American bronze medalist, 2019 World Championship representative, and national champion. Please welcome to the Coach's Desk, Tissanna Hickling. How are you doing today, Miss Hickling?
Not bad. I'm good.
Good to have you here on Coach's Desk. Now let's get right into it, Tissanna. Now, what was it like in your early days as a track and field athlete?
Well, it was pretty difficult with injuries and big names in champs competing with all those girls. It was good. It was also, I would say, a little mind blowing, but coming up, it taught me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I trained and with some of the best athletes. It taught me a lot.
Great. Now, Tissanna, let me ask you this question. Did you always want to do track and field?
Well, it was a family generation thing. My father went to JC. He was a big hurdler. Well, I wanted to do hurdles, but it was in the family. So growing up, I was an family. It was a family athletic person.
All right, great. Now, as a former St. Diego athlete, you were a standout there, champs. You did multiple events. I want you to give us a little run back on your days at St. Diego High School. How it all started?
Well, my days at St. Diego, I would say, was a very memorable experience. It taught me a lot, as I said earlier on. When I went to St. Diego was actually my dream school. And when my coach approached me and said, introduce yourself, and he was like, I'm the coach of St. Diego, I was so excited because I knew that was the school I wanted to go. Went into St. Diego in 2010. It all went good from there. Tried some various events and we got comfortable. I was actually, in my mind, I wanted to do hurdles because my father was a hurdler at JC, like I said. And I did hurdles a couple of years, tried it out, went to champs my first year, didn't make the finals. It got a toll on my, class 4, really excited. It got a toll on me till I tried the long jump 2 years after that. And after that, went to champs, my first class 3 year, I think, and I medal from after that. It was good. It was good from champs. 2015 for me was my biggest year.
Mm-hmm.
That's when everything changed. When I won my first gold medal for the long jump, and 2015 was also the year that I made the hurdles final that I wanted to make about 3 years ago. So yeah. It was all fabulous for me that 2015. And from 2015 going right up to my last year when I won the double, long and triple jump, although I wanted the record, it was good. My experience at St. Diego was very good.
Awesome. Now, Tissanna, you made mention of your final year at St. Diego. You were quite taking on a bit the sprinting, the 100. We saw where you did some events at some track meets and you were running some fast times. Do you think that you want to be a sprinter and leave out the long jump at any time, given that time in your career, based on the times you were running in the 100 meters?
Yes, for my last year, I was pretty confident going. I told myself, I'm not really a runner fan, but my coach, like Mr. Goburn, spoke to me and said I should try it. And I went to the frame of mind and said, yes, I'm going to come try to become a runner. So in my last year, seeing that I have the capability to run as fast as the times were, and it got me a little motivation. But the rules came in with champs, and I had to make a decision, and I end up chose long jump. But in the future, I do think I can be a good runner. I'm working on that as well with the long jump. But I do think in the future I can be a good runner.
Definitely. You have years ahead of you, so we're definitely looking forward to see you there doing some 100-meter sprints. Now, you made mention of your father who has been a track and field person. He represented Jamaica College.
Yeah.
And you made mention of him there. And for countless times, we normally see him supporting you at various track meet. Is your dad your biggest fan?
Yes, he is my biggest fan. You know, he helps me mentally and also physically. Sometimes when it comes to my training and you say, you know, that you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to practice this, you need to practice that. So his experience in track and field and me coming in the business as well, it helps me a lot to, you know, mentally and also physically.
Awesome there, awesome there. Now, Tissanna, moving over to the tertiary level. You are now a student at the GC Foster College. I want you to tell the viewers out there, what is it like being a student athlete?
Being a student athlete is very difficult because sometimes we have exams and then we have training in the morning. At GC Foster, we train like 2 times a day. Sometime in the early season, we train like 1 time a day. But when it come on to track meets time, when you have meets in January, and we also have coursework and all that, you know, we have coursework that is due in a certain amount of time. We have to manage that time. So it can be fun and it can be not so fun if you know how to manage your time wisely. Time management is a crucial thing in college that you have to maintain. So once you know to manage your time, you can be fine.
All right, so very sound words there. Time management. Management of your time as a student athlete is very critical in you going forward and doing well. Now, your coach who coaches you long jump, Marlon Gill, he's one of the top field coach here in Jamaica. Tell us your experience of working with Marlon Gill.
With Marlon Gill, Mr. Gill is a very, I would say, complicated person at times, but you learn from him. You can learn from Mr. Gill things that you thought you knew. You can learn from Mr. Gill. Mr. Gill is a very hard person to deal with, but once you tune in with him, you will get to know a lot of stuff. Because stuff that I thought I knew in the sports and other things he taught me.
Okay, good. Now, moving over to 2019, I believe that to date, it's one of your best year in track and field, and you did exceptionally well. You represented the country twice. I want you to talk to us about being a newbie in your first World Championship, as well as your experience of just being there, wearing the national colors.
Oh, well, yeah, 2019 was a great year for me, like you said. But I had some challenges in 2019 that I didn't even believe because I was out for like 5 months. I had a hip injury and I was at the verge of giving up. And that same week that I said, you know what, I'm just going to call it a season, I end up PB with a 670 at my first meet. I think it was all comers. And then after that, it was all progress going up to 682, which that landed me as a qualifying for the World Championship. And a little motivation started there, and I started training back with rehab with Mr. Gale, and we talk what would we do and everything. And going to the Pan Am Games, it was an experience as well because the climate, in Jamaica it's hot and we have to go over there to adjust, and that got a toll on me as well. But as I said, I spoke to my coach and we were there and we did what we were supposed to do. We came out, even though I wanted a bigger jump. But God, gave me what I needed. And Pan Am set a trend for me, said, okay, I can do this. I went and I competed with some girls that I was familiar with. And, preparing to go to Doha. Preparing to go to Doha was quite some training, but went to Doha, even though my coach wasn't there, you know, I had to prepare my mind mentally, said, I'm here alone, so I have to do what I have to do. And went to Doha. I was going into the prelims and I saw the qualifying mark and I'm like, okay, we can do this. And I went, I tried my best. Honestly, I didn't know what happened, but I tried my best. But I would say it's a learning experience. I'm not gonna be too hard on myself. It's my first big championship. Like you said, I'm a newbie, so I took it as a learning lesson. And even though the Olympics isn't this season, next season I will know how to adjust to what, and my frame of mind will be a little different, so I can be more focused.
Right. So mentally, this experience that you'd have garnered at these championships would have given you the impetus to prepare mentally, to prepare physically, to go into any championship coming up. So the experience was an awesome experience for you, because oftentimes newbies like yourself go on national duties, and it just open up your whole world to see this is what you have to do as a professional athlete. This is what you have to do to compete with the best. So I'm happy that that experience would have given you that impetus to work harder and move forward and be strong mentally, so that you can be able to make these teams this year. But the COVID came and kind of messed things up. But how is that preparation going for that championship?
Well, the qualifying, I didn't research the qualifying standard as yet, but it's business as usual. Same training, even though we had to adjust because of the pandemic. It's business as usual. Right. So, preparing.
So no down days, because you know that you have to put in the hard work to ensure that you qualify for that team that Jamaica will be sending to the 2021 Olympics. Awesome there. Now, we mentioned the pandemic. How has that affected your chances in terms of preparation, the mental aspect of your game? How has that affected it?
It has affected me in quite some way, because, you know, as athletes, this was our year to showcase, even if some of us wanted to be, well, I wanted to be a professional athlete. So that would have given me a little chance in the season to, you know, prove myself that I'm capable of taking stuff out of collegiate stage. Mm-hmm. So it and then with the setback now, with the Olympics being postponed and all of the stuff, it has taken a toll. So we have to, like, what you would say, redeem yourself from all of that all over again. So it hasn't been so good.
Right. We know that many athletes have been affected by this pandemic, especially on the mentals. But you have to just brush yourself off, get back in that frame of mind, keep working hard, ensure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. It can be very an experience where it affects you psychologically. But as athletes, remember, you're still professional, so you have to ensure that you keep that aspect of your game up. Now, Tissanna, we're pretty much out of time here on the Coach's Desk, but I'm giving you the opportunity to just say any final words that you'd like to share with the audience.
Okay, firstly, I want to thank God for, you know, giving me this time. And I would like to say thank you to everyone that believed in me in 2019 and stay with me since my years in high school. I just want to thank everyone, my family, my friends, my coaches, previous coaches, and everyone.
All right, well said. Now, Tissanna, we wish you all the best going into the national trials, because that's the first hurdle that you have to clear, or the first pit that you'd have to jump in. So we wish you all the best going forward. Continue to train hard, take care of yourself, and we know that you're going to do well. You're going to make your family proud, and you're going to make your coach proud, as well as making yourself proud. Enjoy the rest of your day, Tissanna.
Okay, sir. Thank you.